Namaste. Welcome back. This is Top Tarot Minors and the Eight of Swords. And with these cards, we move from Aquarius to Gemini and from the Star card to the Lover's card. And I think sometimes it's a bit of a struggle to connect the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords to the Lover's card. And yet it is a really interesting correspondence to explore. The struggle to make clear choices, decisions, good decisions that are in our highest for our greatest good. The mental journey, the inner journey in finding who we are and harmonizing who we are. If you keep that perspective of the Lover's card in your mind, it may help to expand insight, knowledge. Let's look at the Enchanted Tarot. This is quite a stunning card, and the piece that really connects to me is the sword overhead, piercing or hovering over the crown chakra. And there is a direct connection between the third eye chakra and the crown chakra, in that energetically they both pierce the pineal gland. So it reminds me of a practice in Reiki and Reiki initiation, where the Reiki master, in certain traditions, is energetically moving energy through the frontal point of the third eye chakra, and also over the crown. And I have used the expression before, bottle brush. It feels like someone is taking a bottle brush to your third eye chakra and then your crown chakra. And what this picture, I smile because it's kind of a graphic, not graphic, but maybe not such a spiritual description. But this is absolutely required to amplify intuition, to decalcify, clean out the third eye chakra, and to find more connection with our crown chakra. Now, what does this have to do with the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords? The journey through the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords is one of finding peace of mind, harmonizing mind, harmonizing thought, mind, and heart. The element of air, both through Golden Dawn and chakra associations, is the element of air. And so when we harmonize heart and head, we can find ourselves in a place of peace and more open to love, among other things. I love the blue in the background of this card. The eights are it's our third 8. I've talked to this before, but there's a refining process in the 8s where we recognize how important that process is. 8s move us forward, and we recognize the need to move forward. However, sometimes we resist that, and we create struggle. We create unnecessary struggle. We create we build our own resistance. We actually place obstacles in front of us, in ourselves, and choose paths poorly because we are afraid to go forward. We are afraid to grow. We are afraid to expand and to leave what is familiar behind. And that can be really, really tough. You might think about an older Marseille deck where a young man is standing with his mother and looking at the mother and the maiden and going, wow, it's pretty sweet staying at home. Mom cooks for me. She cleans for me. Does this maiden know how to look after all that stuff? I mean, I'm going to sort of tongue in cheek here, but we all have decisions that tug at both the heart and the mind. And so here we need to harmonize and process this. All of the swords speak to focus. We need to learn how to focus and find a clearer picture. 8, 9, 10 of swords are progressively noisy. The mind becomes obsessed with thought. It's just completely, it's like a loud clanging bell, progressively louder and noisier in the 8, 9, 10 of swords. And so we can't live like that. We can't live like that. We need to find a way to recognize the space between the swords, the space between the noise, and slowly we will find larger and larger spaces. Now, these obstacles that we create for ourselves are indeed the thoughts, perhaps words that we obsess over. And in this Wildwood card, I think of how we choose the most difficult of paths, sometimes completely unaware of that. Now, sometimes, this is the Chamonix Tarot by Eden Gallanter. Sometimes that difficult path is the path. And so we use our resources to navigate it. And it's a lot of work. And sometimes I find like the 8s are a lot of work. And that is absolutely required. Do I have a Fyodor Pavlov here? I think that's one of the things I like about the Fyodor Pavlov are the red colors, the color of action. There's something here I know that I need to do. Now with, this is a Jupiter Decan. And so in a Waite-Smith deck, the figure is usually got a red cloak on. And I feel like they just want to bust out of those ribbons. And here it's reversed. The ribbons are red. The dress is white. And this is, they're actually tied. Are they tied to the tree, or is the tree a mirror and the tree also bound? It's a really interesting perspective. The hair looks like it's connected to the water. It mirrors the water below. You might find some way to build in attachment. Attachment. And what happens, right? So there's a sense of breaking free here that we need to do, but an effort needs to be made. We could find ourselves in a perspective such as the Way Home Tarot, or as in the Tildwick Tarot, where we feel like there is no way out. There's no way I'm going to navigate over that barbed wire, or me, this tiny little firefly. How am I going to navigate out through all of these swords? Well, the firefly can fly, and you have tools. You can go find a ladder, you can find some wire cutters, but also I wonder if you built this wall. Did you build this wall? And all of a sudden, you're realizing you've built this wall so high, you can't get out. And those kinds of realizations are so, I mean, when they hit you, it's shattering. It's really shattering. And I think if this card came up in a reading and all of a sudden you realized it was you that built that wall, nobody else built that wall, you did. That could be quite enlightening. So we have another wall here that is being created. An old wall, an old sort of a ruin, and we have a licorice plant. And I'm going to read to you. This is Herb Crafter Tarot. A large licorice plant stands in the foreground of an old garden. It is wild and needs to be cut down. The broken down wooden gate swings open at a small gust of wind, revealing the wide open meadow through the thick branches of the unruly plant. A dilapidated stone arch blocks the view to the clear sky beyond. What holds us back is not always clear. Are you feeling fenced in by the circumstances of your life? Staying isolated seems safe. But like this overgrown garden, it could become a prison of your own making. Know your limits. There is no shame in saying no. Constant internal dialogue may have silenced you, but your body can no longer hold that story inside. Your body can no longer hold that story inside. And that's what wants to break out. There's also this powerful connection with voice as well. So the noise in the head becomes so loud that you need to express it through the mouth. However, we don't see a lot of water in this card usually, but there is a water connection here in that if this pain is connected to sacral chakra trauma, one of the very best ways to break free is to speak it, to find your word, to find your voice. Licorice heals the vocal cords. Speak your truth aloud to others. It will give you power. A power shared is a power multiplied. So these boundaries, this prison that you have created is likely of your own doing, and it's time to break free. This is light seers, so there's an interesting perception here. It's time to heal. It is time to heal. Here's another card from the ancestral path. And she chooses, whether it's cultural or not, but chooses not to look out to the shrine or to the temple, to the castle in the distance. She can't look at the castle. What happened in the castle? So there's this moat between her and the castle. A memory, an experience, maybe a place she dreams to go back to. So instead, she's built this moat around her. And again, we have this connection of water and our trauma, our feelings, and the Suit of Swords. It's so interwoven. And I chose this card. This is John Bauer. mostly I wanted to bring it up because the layer of protection that now appears as a prison was something that you needed for a time. There may be a good reason that you created this space between you and everyone else. But when this card appears, it's a message that it's time to take down the wall, to climb out of the well, to acknowledge that these struggles that you are moving through are self-imposed. Eight is about change. It's about clarity of mind. Let Spirit help you pierce the crown chakra, clear the third eye chakra. All right, let me choose 5. How about that? Okay, so left to right, top 5 8 of Swords for today are Shimonit, Tarot, Eden Gallanter, Herb Crafter, Enchanted, Wildwood, and Tildwig. And as always, I will make sure to put the links down below, both for all the decks that I've shown here. And if this content resonates with you, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Take good care. Namaste.